I have noticed this in other content creators' comments where some people have said that manifestation is not working for me. I've been doing this XYZ amount of time and I'm just not seeing results. It doesn't work. Well, first of all, what you have to understand is that manifestation is all about you. You are the one, you are the I am. So if you've decided something isn't working, it's not going to work. Secondly, what you have to also look at is however long you've been doing it. That doesn't really matter because time's linear and time's not really real. And obviously your manifestation is going to take as long as it's going to take. But, if you're not like embodied in your subconscious mind, if your subconscious mind is not like understood what you're trying to manifest, so this could be happening because you're saying on one hand, like, my SP is obsessed with me, my SP calls me all the time, but then throughout the day you're thinking, where is he, why is he not messaging me, why is he not contacting me, so you have to be like really, really vigilant of what your thoughts are, because your thoughts create. And at the end of the day, it's like I said, it's you that's the power. So any manifestation, anything that's going on, it's you that decides. I'll give you a story. This happened to myself. So I moved properties, and basically I'm in the UK. So the way we pay our bills is for the electric, you have a meter, and basically when that meter runs X amount over the month or whatever, the electric company send you a bill. So obviously I've been paying that every month, and then I moved properties. Now when I moved properties, I actually used the same electric company. So initially, the first month that I moved into the property, they sent me a bill, paid it off. That's absolutely fine. The second month, I got like a massive bill. So normally, to put it into perspective, it should have been like £100. The second month, they sent me a bill of like 3,800 or something, and I was like, okay, that's a lot of electrics. Clearly something's wrong. Obviously I contacted them, just to kind of keep the story as quick as possible. Contacted them. They were like, no, you've got arrears. The previous property that you were at, you've built up all these amounts, you've not been paying your bill. I was like, of course I've been paying my bill, like, here's all my receipts and you can see on the system. But they were like, no, there seems to be some sort of glitch or whatever, you've not been paying enough, and because like you've not been paying enough over time, it's amounted to this much. I was like, no, that doesn't sound right. So basically I went back and forth. This went for months, right? Honestly, went for months. It got to the point they actually said they had like their specialist team check the meter in the previous property, just to make sure that it was correct, and they clarified like, it wasn't a problem with the meter, I just had like underpaid. I was like, fine, okay, whatever. It just got to a point, I was just so like annoyed with the whole situation. So I was like, fine. I set up a payment plan, because I was like, even if I owe that money, I'm not going to pay that up front, just because I knew I was right. So by this point, even I had doubted, like, maybe, they didn't have the right information, and I was, made a payment plan to pay it back. A year later, I literally logged into my emails, and they've sent me a refund. They literally refunded me, and they were like, oh, I'm sorry, there was a problem with, I don't know, it was like 2 meters or something like that. They didn't even clarify it properly, and they were just like, we're sorry you had to go through this. Here's a refund. You don't actually owe us anything. And I was like, no. And the point of the story is, because you have to be adamant, you have to like not accept the 3D. It doesn't matter what the 3D is showing you. Like, people could be telling you it's 20 degrees outside, and you're like, no, it's 4 degrees. Like, that's just your perception, and you have to be like, have that conviction. It does not matter what's showing in front of you. You are not going to accept that, just like I did with the whole meter reading situation. And a year later, they got back to me. I didn't even do anything. I just got to a point, I was like paying it off, and I hadn't contacted them. I was like, fine, I'll just set up a payment plan, whatever. But it's just, the point is, don't give up your manifestation. It's you that ultimately says, like, I'm accepting this is not working. If you accept it is working, because you can't always see, there's things happening behind the scenes that we do not know. Everything is energy. There's always energy evolving and moving, and we don't know who's doing what. So you just have to have that like conviction in your mind. This is going to work out for me in my favor, because everything works in my favor. And just wait like till the 3D catches up. If you haven't yet done so, the link is in my bio. I offer free training. There's a free coaching which I basically set up myself to help you with your manifestations. If you haven't yet done so, go and get it. The link is in the bio, and I'll see you later.